On December 10th, 2021, I've made my most viral video on a timer tutorial. It was simple, barely customizable, and pretty unforgiving if you need to change the time or make an adjustment in the middle of it. In today's video, I'll demonstrate a more complex, more efficient, and much more visually appealing timer system that will allow you to set and change time and customize colors and sounds in just a few clicks. There are four main sections of the timer system: timer display section, minute/second calculation section, countdown section, and end timers section. All of these are key components. They are the baseline for this system. Before jumping into any complicated commands, we first need to familiarize Minecraft with certain variables we'll later use and implement into the command blocks themselves. Start by typing scoreboard objectives add timer dummy. This is the fundamental command. It gives us the timer variable, which will be the most important one. Continue by also adding the seconds and minutes. In addition, add divide seconds and divide minutes. These are a little bit more tricky, but we will work with them when the time comes. Lastly, add in a formatted seconds variable. We'll need this very shortly. To ensure Minecraft doesn't get confused, let's also add ourselves a timer tag by typing tag @s add timer. This step is only necessary if you are making a minigame inside of Minecraft and want to make sure the timer only appears for certain players. Quick note, you can change any names of any scores or tags, but in terms of this video, I will be using simplest names for it to be understandable. Now we've got the key tools to work with. Let's actually get to applying them in command blocks. There will be two Minecraft repeat commands blocks set on always active. Their function is to show the timer below in the player's action bar. Let's take a look at the timer main command block. Now, don't get scared by the length of this command. We'll break it down right now. First, we have execute, which is the basic command to which we tell execute s at a tag equals timer. Meaning, the command will only execute for those players who have a tag timer. After that, the command checks whether our score of seconds is anywhere between 10 and 59. This is because if the score is below 10, we will have to use something I call formatted seconds. More on that later. And if the score is more than 59, then the seconds get converted into minutes. Titleraw is the command that prints the timer itself. The syntax is a little bit difficult, but stick around and try to follow. First, we print the text this. Now, the Silk Row sign indicates us giving a color, and the F here is a neutral white color. This won't be visible in the timer, but is there so we can change color. For now, let's move on. Then we print the minutes objective, meaning whatever our minutes is gets printed. Then we print a colon symbol to have a clear separation between minutes and seconds. And lastly, we print seconds. You can already test this command. Make sure you have the timer tag, then type scoreboard players set at s minutes 1, and then scoreboard players set at s seconds 30. You will now be able to see a nice 1 minute 30 seconds below on your screen. Now, why did in the command we specify that this only works if seconds are anywhere between 10 and 59? Well, as said, if it's above 59, seconds are going to be transformed into minutes, but that's not it for now. For now, let's remove the block of code that checks for seconds and let's try to set seconds to something below 10, like 5. As you can see, we get an ugly 1 minute 5 seconds instead of the appropriate 1 minute 5 seconds on the timer. Let's fix this. Go ahead and type scoreboard players set at s formatted seconds 0. Formatted seconds score is exactly something we'll use to fill in the 0 between the minute and the second if our seconds are between 0 and 9. In our other command block, named timer form, we have this command. As you can see, the code is almost identical, except it checks for the score of seconds being 0 to 9, and between the colon symbol and the seconds, it adds our formatted seconds, which is basically adding in an extra 0. Good, now we can see the proper 1 minute 0 5 seconds in our timer. Now, how to actually set the timer? To avoid having to manually enter in minutes and seconds, we group it to just timer. And so, depending on what our timer variable is, minutes and seconds will be set accordingly. We have 2 repeat command blocks set on always active, followed by 2 chain command blocks set on conditional and always active as well. Make sure the command blocks face each other upward as it's shown on the video. Let's start here. To simply put it, this command makes it so our minutes equal to our timer. If, say, our timer is 60, our minutes will be 60 too. Before moving on, open the chat and go scoreboard players set and as divide minutes 60. We will be using this now. In the chain command block, what this command does is a division operation. It divides our minutes by divide minutes, which, if you remember, we've just set to 60. The slash indicates that whatever number we are left with, we write fully, excluding anything after the comma. Meaning, if we divide 90 by 60, leaving us with 1.5, we throw out the 0.5 and just be left with 1. Because 90 seconds is exactly 1 minute excluding any remaining seconds. Now, let's do a similar thing with our other pillar of command blocks, changing just 2 things. First, we replace the minutes by seconds and replace divide minutes by divide seconds. Just make sure to type /scoreboard players set as divide seconds 60. We'd end up with the same logic. This command sets seconds to whatever timer is. Now, for the other command, we want to slap our slash with a division symbol. What this does is ensures that when we divide, our seconds would have the remainder kept in. If these command blocks and commands have been set properly, you can now use /scoreboard players set as timer and whatever number you want, for example 90, and it would print your timer to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Alright, we've made it this far, hard part's over. Now, let's make our timer actually count down. Here, we have 2 command blocks which are set to repeat and need redstone, meaning they need signal to be activated. I will be using a lever to do this, but you are free to use whatever you want. Both command blocks should have delay in ticks set to 20, since 20 Minecraft ticks equal to 1 real-life second. In the timer go down command block, type this command. Here, for any player with a tagged timer, unless their score of timer is -1, it will remove 1 point from the timer. This is our countdown. You can already tap the lever and see how the timer counts down with each second. But let's make this extra satisfying. In the second command block named timer sound, type this. Here, what basically happens is that every second we get a random .click sound effect. This sequence of commands looks and sounds like this. Lastly, let's work on the timer actually hitting 0. Build these 3 command blocks. Bottom one is repeat and always active. All the others are chain, always active and conditional. The bottommost command block has this command. What happens here is that if our timer hits -1, it will instantly be set back to 0 to avoid glitches. The chain command block above it is optional, but if you want your timer to make a sound upon hitting 0, copy this command. When the timer hits 0, a random.levelup sound plays. And the last mandatory command block has this command. this is a concluding command, so that when the timer reaches 0, it removes the tag timer for everyone who has it. That said, the timer slowly fades away once hitting 0. An obvious thing that you can do is mess with the color of your timer by going to the silk row symbol in the main timer and timer 4 command blocks and changing the character after it to whatever you want to get a unique color. You can really play around with this. Next, I suggest building some command blocks for easy use. For example, simple command blocks with the command to give you the tag timer or remove it when needed. Makes it so you can just flip a lever instead of having to go into the chat and type it out every time. These several command blocks are setting the timer to 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 5 minutes. This one adds 10 seconds to whatever the time is already. Of course, you can also play around with the numbers here. All of these are making your life easier in testing this out. And thus, I conclude this tutorial about an advanced timer. Thank you people for watching, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or something doesn't work, make sure to reach out in the comment section or to my Discord channel, link is in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss any upcoming videos. Goodbye!